Well, we're going to talk about that right now. So let's talk about the Eggman show. Let's go into further detail. I was talking about it a little bit right now.
Champ hasn't seen it yet.
Ryan, let's hype it up for Champ so he goes watch it.
I do have it. I will watch it.
Yeah, I do too. I was really impressed with the mix of what I was hearing. I was impressed. I was listening to it in passing, and it made me stop working and like look and be like, holy I cannot wait to just give designated time to watch it. I still haven't done that yet, so I can't wait to just sit there and just watch what they're doing, because one thing I was really happy about the clarity of Konami's guitar, and I thought it was perfect. Somebody said it was too loud. I thought it was perfect. I thought everything it was perfect. Complaints.
I think I said, if anything, maybe it was too loud, but that's just right for Konami.
But Misa's bass also, like in that mix, was everything was great in the mix, but I was like,
it was like if you decided to listen to something, it just went up a little bit in volume so you could hear it more automatically.
Yeah.
It was fucking weird. It was so
It was like we were on audiophile headphones.
No, you know what it was? It's almost like the sound engineer was actually sound engineering the entire concert.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's the thing, guys. Normally, what a sound engineer does, like a dedicated one for the band, I don't know how it worked when they were in the U.S., but I think they were doing a pretty good job, is they're supposed to level up when certain things come into play. They'll kind of slightly put it up on the fader, or they'll have certain timestamps written down on a sheet, and they know when to highlight certain instruments. And I felt like the Eggman show, whoever was doing the sound there for that show, nailed it. Like, just nailed all of it, you know? So...
Holy shit.
Can I talk about the one thing that I did hear real quick?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so the one thing that I heard was only about 40 seconds long, and it was the drum solo for Freedom.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
And I thought that was the best version of that drum solo that she's ever done from any of the things that I've seen before. It was so good. It was so on time. It felt faster, but also like more accentuated than all of the other ones. Like every time that she was supposed to accent a note, it felt so much more powerful, dude. And just listening to that solo playing without anything else, which is what I did. I listened to just the drum solo, didn't hear the lead up or getting out of it. I was just floored by it.
Do you guys think this is true? This is a possibility. Has been done, but this would be really hard to do, especially with Saya Nakadori, which was faster. He's saying, I do think that they recorded, filmed in an empty Eggman, and then layered the live shots after. I haven't watched it visually,
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I always notice when that's the case, and like, because they never played note for note the same thing every show.
They don't.
Yeah. Like with Akane's drum solo, it would have been pretty obvious if they did that. Yeah.
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 Because it's a lot to remember, guys. Trust me. That's why you have to know what you're doing musically when it comes to what you're playing. You got to know the scales and stuff that you're within. So if there is a brain fart, you can like immediately move to other notes, you know. And
you could hear a lot of, you could hear the flub ups. They weren't trying to hide anything.
Yeah, they actually, if they fix things, they didn't fix everything. So
I'll have to listen to it. Like I said, I was just listening to it in passing because I couldn't wait. I really wanted to hear what these guys were talking about, and it's sounding amazing. There's actually a song on there, guys, that I didn't recognize. I was shocked. I don't know which one it was though, so I can't wait to go react to it because there's a song on there. I'm like, I don't remember this one.
On Eggman?
On Eggman. I don't know why, but maybe it's just because you guys know how I am. I just listen to one album consistently and then listen to another album consistently. So I don't know which song it was, but there was one in there. Was
it Catharsis?
I don't know. I might have heard it, but I might have only heard it.
That would probably make sense though,
because that's way different than the acoustic.
Yeah, that's the one that's like not super popular on the list.
Catharsis.
It wasn't solo.
Wasn't it on? It was like on a single or something like that. Was it actually on an album?
Acoustic. I don't know.
Oh, they're saying it's Catharsis. That might be what it is because, like I said, I was shocked there was a song I didn't recognize, and the only reason why that would be the case is if I only heard it one time, and so maybe it was Catharsis.
And if the acoustic version is super different.
Yeah, because the acoustic one is the one that everybody knows, right? Like that's the one that everybody listens to.
That's because I was on the Christmas one, right?
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken. But anyways, comments about Eggman. Wave, go. What were your thoughts overall?
Well, I mean, you said a lot of the stuff I was thinking, the mix was outstanding because, like Ryan was saying, whatever you wanted to hear, you could hear. And that's the point of a mix, right? Like, especially for a live version, live mixes are always going to be different than studio versions because you're actually wanting to watch a band play live and hear everything that they're doing. So it's not like a studio mix where you're trying to make one entity that's cohesive with itself. You know, you want to hear all the individual parts kind of separated. So I thought that was like the perfect mix for this situation because you could literally focus on anything you wanted to.
Yeah,
agree.
And and I also love that, like in past concerts, I've noticed like they kind of did do some post patching, you know, fixing some flub ups and stuff. But this time it was like 100% raw sound, you know, or not raw sound, but the raw, like exactly what they played at that show, which is so cool to me that they're like, it's a completely authentic performance, you know?
Interesting. Edward Hunt over in the comments says, check out 3718 mark. After that, you can't unsee the continuity issues. So interesting that you guys are saying that.
Like I said, I didn't see the visuals of it. I would just glance over. So I'll take a look at it.
It could be as simple as though, like, I mean, there are a lot of times that, like, let's say I film like a video here, right? Let's say I film a reaction video. I'm watching the video in real time and everything is legit as it's happening. Maybe I'll go in there and I'll cut something out because something happened. You know what I mean? Like maybe somebody knocked on my door or something like that. Yeah. So just in post-production, I cut out like a little chunk and then you could see it would look like there's a continuity issue because technically there is, but I don't think that necessarily means that they like overlaid audio on top of video or anything. It could be as simple as just making a quick cut.
Yeah, they could add a best part of whatever song from a different show and fucking
yeah. Either way, it sounded good. Either way, it sounded good.
I don't know.
What? I'm just really curious about this. It was during Endless Story. Which part? So it's easier to find.
We'll check it out later. But Ryan, what were your overall thoughts of Eggman?
No, it was just great, man. I mean, the crazy thing about it was I knew I was going to be. I mean, I saw 6 different shows. Like, okay, I've seen him. This should be really good. I know what to expect. And it's just better. Somehow it was just like better. Because I mean, when you go to a live show, you have the ideal mix going into your ears. You know, it's really fucking loud and depends where you are, what you hear. So to have the experience of the live shows and seeing them play and then being able to hear it as well as you did, it just made all the experiences that much better. It's kind of insane. I was like, wow, man. Because, you know, we've seen the live stuff from before and there's always like, the Konami is usually too low in the mix, you know, and when you go see live shows, depending on where you are, you couldn't hear sometimes very well. So to take those experiences I was keeping in my heart, you know, the live shows and then being able to hear like, God, she was doing all that shit when I was there too.
Yeah.
So would you say that like sound wise, this was better than the majority of their shows that you've seen?
I think so.
I do too. Or maybe just felt like so nostalgic just to watch it at the same time. And then the lazy side of me is like, cool, I don't have to wait in line for 5 hours.
Yes. and like you don't get the ear fatigue that you get from standing in 1,000 decibels.
Like Champ, I don't know if you know, pick one of the shows I was at, if they took the feed from it, if it would be, you know, as good. It's just that I never heard it as clear as I heard that stream.
Yeah, man. I feel you. I feel you. It's all, especially with Konami, like Alan said, like it's a lot of the time her mix is too low, not just live, but even in recorded, in the recorded tracks on their albums too. So it's like anytime you could hear more Konami, I'm always happy.
If you are enjoying these clips from our full podcast, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on all those notifications so you don't miss out when we go live on Sunday, which is always the same time at 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. And if you can't catch it there, we're also on Spotify and future streaming platforms in the future because that's where the future takes place. I don't know. Just hit subscribe, guys.